Welcome to Frank, the show where all the stories are true stories, told with frank honesty and lots of laughs. All of the guests intensely gorgeous and all of the props expensive. My name is Kat Davidson and I'll be your tour guide through the wonderful worlds of these talented and fearless guests. Today's show is called Wrong. I asked our two guests to reach deep down into their souls, plunder their memory banks and come up with the wrongest things that have ever happened to them. This is a topic very close to my heart. I'm strangely drawn to things that make you go, ew. I've worked as a dominatrix and I've tried to sell credit cards door to door in prison release areas, so I understand wrong. Our first cab off the rank is a man so dangerous, he's changed his name to protect his own identity. Born Jason Hawkins, he now goes by the nom de guerre of Labby. He's been in radio since before the turn of the century and has added a national TV show to his list of stellar achievements as one of the co-hosts of Channel 11's Couch Time each weekday. Labby, welcome.
Thank you, Kat. It's the first time I've hung out with a dominatrix for free.
I like the for free on the end of that.
Former dominatrix. No, thank you.
Former.
It's good to be here.
Thank you. Now I'm above board. The other man on Frank's couch today is Labby's partner in radio, in television, in need for sun protection, but not, as the rumour mill sometimes insists, his bed. Also from B105's breakfast show, Couch Time, and a dubious past requiring a name change. It's Stav Davidson. Stav, hello.
Hello.
Can you look a little less dodgy?
That's my dubious look. That's my dubious look. It's doing it on purpose. Hello.
Are you less nervous because there was not a word in your introduction that you didn't understand?
There was a few in there, but I'll struggle through. And I will point out, obviously, ex-dominatrix. Do we announce that we are a couple?
We just did.
Right.
Well, you should show your wedding ring then, Steph.
Oh, yeah.
I have.
Yeah. Speaking of wrong.
Yeah, I've lost my wedding ring.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got mine.
Okay,
There's
mate.
Kat and I going home.
Thank you. I think that's how it works.
Did I not tell you this is how the show will actually
right.
go?
Okay. Yeah. Is that
Speaking
why
of
I
wrong.
put my keys in the bowl
Staying
at the
with the
start?
wrong theme.
Yeah.
Labby, I mentioned in your introduction that you have been doing radio since the turn of the century.
Yeah.
What made you want to get into radio?
I wasn't great at school. And I used to do a lot of community TV when I was in high school, and then I just jumped into community radio. And I don't know, I used to struggle in class and used to get bored a lot, and I liked more sort of hands-on work. And it was either that or woodwork. And
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So the lesson here is don't do well in school, kids, and you'll get a stellar career.
like, it's what you get out of it. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, no, I really like TV and radio, and I love the immediacy of radio as well. It was good fun.
What did you think? Because you were very young then. You would have been 15, 16 when you first started.
I was 16, just started doing community work at a radio station, working for free. Did it for about 9 months, and then one day someone threw a CD across the room and said, "What are we paying you for?" And I said, "You don't actually pay me." And that's when they started paying me. Like, only half the station thought I was there as a volunteer and half thought I got paid, so they just treated me like, I was a full employee.
Wow. And Stav, you came to radio slightly later
Yeah.
than Labby. Now, how did that happen?
I got auditioned through an audition process, being a stand-up comedian in Brisbane when Jamie Dunn and The Morning Show left after 16 years on air. They auditioned pretty much every stand-up comedian in Brisbane. When I say every stand-up comedian, I also include you, Kat, because we auditioned together as a husband and wife team. I got the role and you didn't, which was really awkward at our house for a long time. Yeah.
Try sitting on this couch next to you two right now.
I know. This is a guy technically that got your job, but that's I got into it. That's how I got into it, and haven't looked back since.
You gentlemen spend more time together than you and I do,
Yeah.
Stav.
Yes.
Because
She meant me, mate.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
we don't talk about that.
Sorry.
How do you manage to not kill each other, spending that kind of time together?
I think the key is we are very different. When we first started working together, I remember meeting Stav at a photo shoot and we're like, oh, how's this going to work? And we're down in Melbourne, and then we got on a plane together, and one of us said a Seinfeld quote,
Yeah.
and the other one said a Seinfeld quote, And then that was it. We laughed and every other passenger hated us that day.
Hated us.
Seinfeld quotes for 2.5 hours all the way back from Melbourne.
It's one of those things where we're different in ways, but we're also very similar in other ways, and it's those two. Plus, I think we just realised, I think we got lucky. We're very lucky that we had an instant chemistry and repertoire. But we just realised that if you want to last on a day-to-day basis, you don't have time for rubbish. And so if you have a problem with each other, you sort it out. Otherwise, we wouldn't be working together anymore.
The reason I have you both on this show today is because the show is called Wrong.
Yeah.
And
I wanted the love show.
No, you're not suited to it.
Right,
Labby.
gotcha,
It's
thank
wrong,
you.
it's wrong, it's wrong. Now, you're both fathers. Labby, you're a father. Stav,
What a segue.
you're also...
Wrong.
Yeah. Is this some sort of paternity test? You're the wrong father. Yes, we are both parents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know how Rory's kind of red-headed. No.
Yes.
Have you adjusted how wrong you will go in your comedy since you've become fathers?
That's an interesting question, actually. So I was actually quite worried about that. I've seen a lot of really good comedians who had no line before and were like, everything's funny, nothing's off limits, you can talk about anything. And then they've had a kid, you go, you know what, pedophilia is not that funny, and no one should do pedophile jokes. And I was worried about that because my humour is quite abrasive. But no, that hasn't affected me. If anything, I think if you didn't realise that what you were saying was wrong before you had a child, then there's probably something wrong with you. Like I'm aware that those topics are taboo. It didn't make me, having a kid didn't make me suddenly go, oh, hang on, oh, that's disgusting. I knew it at the time. The trick is to make them funny.
Labby?
I should have probably changed a bit more, to be honest. Yeah, no, it hasn't really affected me. It's so weird because we've worked, like the girls we've worked with have had babies. I've got nieces and nephews. I feel like I've been around kids my whole life. So, like, and even though this one is mine, I'm fully responsible for it, and it's not going anywhere. It hasn't changed me that much.
The show is Frank. My name's Kat Davidson. You're listening to and watching Labby and Stav on the couch. Very soon we're going to head off for a break, but Labby, when we come back, we're getting your tales of wrongness. Can you give us a quick hint?
Yeah, it's going to be the wrong things I've done in my radio career. One involves a horse. And this hand.
Yeah.
And this hand. I needed two.
Can I say as well, while we're on the topic of wrong, I think it's completely wrong that if you Google our names together, the first thing that comes up is Labby and Stav gay? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I like that page.
Did you create that page?
No, I just liked it, you know.
There's a few...
You can just ask, man.
Yeah.
If you... All right.
While doing research on the two of you, I did come up, there's a few different pages that I don't know if you're aware of, but I hope that if you choose to sleep well at night, you're not aware of yet.
We're well liked in the cyber community.
Time now to take a break. I'm Kat Davidson and this is Frank.